probably not the one to use. Hi, my name is Brooke and welcome to Maker's Workshop. Today we're gonna make resin geodes, which I was not planning on doing this video at all, but last week I was making resin geodes with the class and I posted a couple pictures on Instagram. I got a bunch of DMs of followers asking for this video on how to do it. So here we are, we're giving the people what they want and we're gonna do a video on how to make resin geodes. I'm gonna try to put this video together in a way that if you wanted to make this at home, you can completely follow along and do that. And I will add right here that this is a fantastic epoxy project for a range of skill levels because, one, it doesn't use that much resin. Resin can be a bit expensive, and I've heard people say that that's been somewhat of a barrier to entry for them. Secondly, it does not take a crazy amount of expensive tools. You can probably get this done using what you already have. Number three, it's pretty hard to make this look ugly. It might not look exactly like what you planned on having it look the first time, but it'll probably come out looking pretty cool. More times than not. On average, your probability of making something that looks pretty cool for your first resin project is optimized if your first resin project is a resin geode. Did anyone follow? Cool. All right, enough of this. Let's get started. First, I needed to make some wooden bases for the geodes. I did these up in Illustrator and then cut them out on our laser cutter. However, you could easily sketch this by hand and cut it out with a scroll saw or a bandsaw or even hand tools. I made a mix of shapes and sizes. I used painter's tape to create a border around the edge of each wooden piece. It's really important to firmly fold and press the tape onto the back of the wood. We want to minimize leaking. Additionally, I'm putting a whole layer of painter's tape on the bottom edge as well to make things even more secure. It's also really important to line the surface where you're going to be doing your pour with silicone, plastic, or anything resin won't soak through to protect your surfaces. I think it'd be really cool if I did these real crystals, like amethyst and emerald, rose quartz. I don't know any stones, but I'm just gonna try to make them look like stones. You want to have a plan of attack with your colors before you actually pour your resin, just because it can get a little messy and crazy, and the last thing you want to be doing is bouncing through colors once you have wet resin starting to cure on you. So I'm going to take a second, check out my pigments, and see what I come up with. I'm using pigments to color the resin because it's nice and opaque and will keep the wood from peeking through. I took a look at our entire stash before deciding on what I wanted. I figured going monochromatic would make a nice striking finished piece, so I started with just black and white. I portioned out my pigments into small paper Dixie cups ahead of time. And then I mixed up the resin. I'm using Total Boat 2:1 with a medium hardener for this. This is a 2:1 ratio and it needs to be mixed for 1.5 to 2 minutes before pouring, but I will say it's really important to follow the instructions for whatever epoxy you're using to a T in order to make sure that it cures properly. I made one large batch and then divided it up amongst those smaller cups with the pigments in them, and then I mixed it. I'm starting with the lightest color on the interior of the geode and then getting progressively darker as I go to the outer rings. Ombre is a really easy way to make dimension and also kind of a foolproof way to avoid muddiness. To blend this, I started by just dragging a zip tie through this because I had one sitting next to me and it actually worked really, really well. But I then went on to blend this by just blowing through a straw. I ended up kind of over blending one side of this, and then in the 11th hour, decided to add in a touch of color, which I quickly regretted, so this first one really wasn't my favorite. However, I went ahead and finished this one anyway. I figured it would be the perfect guinea pig, so to speak, to try out some edge finishing techniques later on. I feel like it would have been way cooler had I just left it monochromatic, you know? Yeah. You live and you learn, folks. You know, it's fine. What do? You add sparkles. And next, I went on to the big geode. This one was a lot of fun because once I was set up, I could really just settle into the process of doing this and decompress and enjoy it. It's kind of meditative, you know? But you should check whatever resin you're using to know how much working time you can expect. I've worked with this resin enough to know that I'm pretty comfortable anticipating about 20 minutes or so of working time, but it's going to be different depending on what kind you use. Towards the center of this for texture and sparkle, I'm using a mix of crushed up clear crystals and crushed up mirrored chips. I'll link exactly what I used below, but it's just on Amazon. These are really easy to get, and the combination of the two colors and textures I thought worked out really, really nicely. All right, I'm gonna call it a day there. I am gonna let this sit overnight so it can completely harden up before I peel the tape off tomorrow. I wasn't planning on it, but on a whim, I just went ahead and made the rest of the geodes that night in the same batch. I did a monochromatic green one and also a monochromatic purple one. I didn't get many shots of the purple one, but just trust me, it did happen and was there. Again, I just didn't get that many good shots of it. On the green one, I blended primarily with a heat gun. An easy substitute for this is a hair dryer if you don't just have a heat gun sitting around. This worked really well too. It didn't have quite as much control as the straw, but it gave a different texture. The next day, once the resin was completely cured, I peeled off the painter's tape. It comes off relatively easy, but can stick a bit on the tight corners. You'll notice that I tactfully used blue painter's tape for the blue geode and green painter's tape for the green geode. That way, any of the little bits that got left behind would kind of just blend in and not be a big deal. And I'm gonna be painting over it anyway. The edge of the resin can be really sharp, so you just wanna be ready for that. I'm just sanding that edge down. I kind of like the texture that the tape leaves behind. I think it kind of looks like a rock, so I'm choosing to just run with that. But I definitely want to make sure that it's not sharp. I filled in the hole in the center of the blue geode with some larger crystals I also found on Amazon. I used primarily hot glue to attach these. I went ahead and added some of the smaller crystals and chips in as accents as well, and then used those to fill in the entirety of the green geode. I happened to have some black nail polish kicking around, and on a whim, I just gave it a shot to see how I liked it, and it actually blended really perfectly with the resin pour on the top, both in color and in texture. So I went ahead and used that on all of the geodes.
I'm filming you painting the edge of the thing that you're making. I'm filming you painting that thing. I'm filming you painting the edge. Yeah. Here it goes. We're painting a thing.
The nail polish on top of that tape texture I thought was kind of cool. And once that nail polish fully dried, they were done. We did it. From here you can do a range of things. A really common thing I've seen is if you put like a picture frame holder on the back and then you can just hang them on the wall. Additionally, I could see just laying them flat on a tabletop and having a cool centerpiece like flowers or something could go on top of this. If you have plate stands, you could just have them as plate stands, have them in plate stands rather, and just prop them up like along a mantle or something. There's just lots of choices from here. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click subscribe so that I can see you next time.